Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of Lmaoo Unscripted. I want to scream because you know why. It's a special episode. Lmaoo Unscripted is a year old. Yes, cheers to podcasting for a year. If it is you run now, come on. I want to thank God especially for the idea and the zeal to actually start this podcast. I also want to thank everybody that has listened from my first episode till this moment. I am super grateful for your audience. I appreciate you. Like, you guys are the real MVP, because without you there's no podcasting. So thank you to everyone who has listened thus far. Thank you and thank you and thank you and thank you. And hi YouTubers. Welcome. You guys are my new family, and I'm glad for the reception I received on my first video. It was massive. Thank you. Please keep bringing your people, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. Just show all the love that you can. So for this episode, I've asked you guys to send me questions that you want to receive answers to. And I'm here with your questions that I'll be giving answers. Ready or not? Here I go. So randomly, number one question is, why is your voice sweet? Oh my god, my voice is sweet because God gave it to me that way, you know. And this is even my voice without any induced accent. Like, I could switch up to British.
Wait a minute.
I could switch up to British. I could switch up to American, but you know, yeah, that's what my voice is sweet because God bless me with a good voice. Number two, what was it like when you wanted to start Lmaoo Unscripted? Okay, very quickly, I'll tell this one. I wrote it down in a journal that one of my long-term goals was to start a podcast, and I just wrote it and left it. I think a couple of months or a year after, I ran into that journal and I checked it, and I'm like, oh my god. So I wrote it sometime that I should start a podcast. So I picked up my phone and then I hit the play button on my recorder and I started talking. I was like, you know what, sometimes we just want to do something but we're scared, we cannot take a bold step, blah blah blah. And I just ranted on that episode. I can remember that the boys quarters behind my room, then people were shouting, but I just recorded it anyway. And then I went on WhatsApp. I was like, oh, I did something, I recorded something, who wants to listen? If I start a podcast, will you guys listen? And a few people said yes. I sent them the voice record and the feedback was mind-blowing. That became my first episode. If you have not listened, the title of the episode is Bold Steps and All No Lose Kasala. You should go and listen. That was the first time I picked up my recorder, and that's what brought about Lmaoo Unscripted. By how much have you grown since you started? Oh, I've grown like by 10,000 much.
Say what?
Say what?
By 10,000 much, because I remember that's why the name Unscripted came about, because it wasn't premeditated. I didn't write anything down. I didn't have notes. Okay, this is what you say. I just picked up my phone as I saw it in my journal that I wrote it to start a podcast. I picked up my phone and started talking, and it came out nice. People liked it, so the name Unscripted came about. And what I have learned over time is that, okay, even if it's unscripted, it needs a little organization. You need to know what you're actually talking about. You need to coordinate your thoughts. And I have grown so much. I remember an episode where I talked about domestic violence. I had to invite a journalist, and that episode is like one of the most professional episodes you ever see on my podcast and all of that. So my growth has been massive. I think I'm more calculated, I'm more organized, and yeah. Am I your best friend? I know the person that asked this question. Actually, two people asked me, am I your best friend? Jesus is my best friend. The rest of you, Emma, were okay. You date thief. Oh my god. Because in the spirit of honesty, I said I was going to write down every question that anybody asked me. So this person asked me, you date thief. Actually, I date thief, and I date thief people heart.
Oh my god!
Like you are here listening to me because I stole your heart with my voice and my face. And I also stole all Adam's heart that is loving up on me currently. If you know, you know. The next question is, where do you see Unscripted 6 months from now? 6 months from now is when? Maybe it's middle next year. I see Unscripted, you know, on Anchor, on Apple Podcast, on Google Podcast, on Spotify, and each of them having their own audience. I see Unscripted becoming even more global than it is. More audience from diaspora, more audience from people abroad, more audience from Nigeria. I see Unscripted talking about issues that people can relate to. I see Unscripted bringing in people to actually share experiences and inspiring people and entertaining people. What are you especially grateful for? Oh my God, I'm grateful for a lot of things. This year has been an amazing year for me, honestly, and there are so many things I'm grateful for. But for today, I am grateful that God made me on October 12 last year to record that episode that became my first episode. Super grateful. Do you love me? I can't even remember who asked me this, but yes, I love you. Are you pregnant? Oh my goodness. In 9 months' time, you'll figure it out. Are there things you think you could have done better regarding Unscripted? Yes, actually. I think that I could have, you know, prepared more for it. I wish that I didn't just throw my journal away. Maybe in the time that I didn't start, I could have gathered some money to buy my microphone, buy my ring light, set up a mini studio, to do a lot of things and make it more professional. Alright, yeah, to the next question. How old are you? Yes, I am 22 years old, and next month I'll be 23. What is your service year in one like? Awesome, actually, like, it's chilled. This is like the best place to actually come. Why? Because I can come to work by past 10. And I can leave by like 1 o'clock. Actually, it's chilled and I get to do what I enjoy. I go out for shows that's you know, that is nice and everything. I get to meet people. So my service here is like, I met the person that is editing my video, that is one kind. Okay, yeah. If you become the president of the country, what will you do differently? This one is typical.
Hey, Chineke.
What will I do differently? I'll just act right, you know. I'll just do the right things by the wisdom of God. I don't know what to say right now that, I'll do this, I'll do that. I don't know. When I get there, I trust that the Lord will lead me to do the right thing if I ever get there. Who do you admire your PPA? Oh, what? I admire Madam Ugo. Yes, my boss. I admire Auntie Layo. I admire Mr. Toby. I admire who again? Yeah, those are the major people I admire. Yes, I don't admire you, Debari. I know when you're watching this, you're expecting to hear your name. Cap. What position are you in your family? Oh, I'm the second child of 3. I have an elder sister and a younger brother. What position? What tickles your fancy? Food.
Things that make her dance. Things that make her dance. Things.
I guess food, money, vacations, deep sermons, like sermon that will touch me, makes me happy. Yeah, but basically food. Buy me food, you have to cook my fancy. What is your biggest regret? I wanted to say I don't have any regrets, but honestly, my biggest regret is not running away when I left this country. I don't know why I followed them to come back. I for just lost, so that they will just take me to one place and say, you know what, we can't deport you, we don't know where you are, one family will adopt you, and from there, bear my life for them. Well, that's the only thing I can say, which is not even a valid thing. I really don't have regrets. I'm grateful for every moment in my life. what was or were your biggest fears upon your university graduation? One of the biggest fears I had was my school running in the streets. If you know the school I went to, which is Ekiti State University, if the Lord does not help you graduate, if you do not hold the Lord strongly, a lot of forces can be against. Even forces were almost against me, because one of my grades just automatically changed from a B to a D when I was done with the exam and everything. I had to travel from Lagos back to school to fix the issue. So one thing that scared me was I would have issues with my results, or X will just do one thing that will mar my graduation. I was also scared about what next after school. Where will I serve? The fears of all of that. But if you ask me this question because you're in this position, I'll just tell you to enjoy the moment. Have fun with your FYD moment. As frustrating as your project and everything is going, just try your best to enjoy it, because you actually miss those moments when you're out of it. What was your CGPA?
Hey y'all, come look at this.
I am a Shano. Do you know what I mean, Shano? Like, my head is on fire, actually. Well, yeah, my CGPA was 4.1. Yeah, it's not close. It's not first class, but in my head, it is not second class upper. It is what I call second class upper. There's a special grade like that. I hope I've not missed any question, but so far, those are the questions you guys have asked me, and I am sure I have answered everything to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for listening to this special episode of Unscripted to celebrate our first year anniversary. I am glad to have you here on YouTube. Like, I am excited. I'm sure that my followers are going to hit 500 very soon. I'm sorry, my subscribers. I am 100%. I believe so much in you. I believe in you. So please, if you've not subscribed, subscribe. If you've not like. If you've not shared, share. If you've not turned on your post notification, please do so. Thank you so much. And for podcasters, podcast listeners, thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. Cheers.